Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to something completely different. Now, I've literally just seen this myself. I only saw this video like, what time is it? Okay, so I've seen this video about 10 minutes ago. And, you know, I'm really quite a fan of tabletop games now recently. And this looks really cool. So this is a new game that was announced by Warlord about 2 days ago, actually, on YouTube. So this looks really awesome. So what it looks to be is, so let's go back and let's go over this. So you have your heroes over here. So this is the actual hero for the Gauls, and we have a Roman hero over here as well. So you have two types of units in this game, basically. You have your heroes, and you have your minions, which are these guys over here. What's intriguing to see is, obviously, the Romans, they do look... to be obviously rather well armoured. They do look to be packing some heat there, I suppose you could say. But as you can see with the Gauls, not as much in the way of armour. Still some armour, well, potentially some armour. This maybe looks like some sort of metal there. Potentially something of a leather. But we do see the shields here, very large shields. Yep, so these guys are your minions. These guys are rather intriguing, but I like the heroes. I like that sort of aspect. They have different abilities, and there seems to be some sort of leveling system in the game. I don't know exactly how it works, but it seems rather intriguing. Yeah, here we go. So we have a Gaul chieftain and a Roman hero over here. Contains 2 hero miniatures exclusive to the Clash of Heroes starter set. As far as I'm aware, there's only the Clash of Heroes starter set out at the moment. And it does come with a free miniature, which is nice. Yeah, but to be honest, that £40 isn't bad. Might be able to find that cheaper online somewhere else, but that is not bad there. £40 for pre-order, 71 infantry. You get the rule book in here. Okay, so 196 pages. What I like is, so we have rules here for Rome, Dacia and Sarmatia, Iberia, Gaul, Caesar's legions. See, I find that rather intriguing when you have Caesar's legions over here and you have Imperial Rome. Now, I'd be hooked if they did a Dark Age expansion, well, quote-unquote Dark Age. Basically, late antiquity. I'd love to have some, like, late antiquity Roman forces, like Foderati, that sort of stuff would be awesome. We have Persia, Thebes, Sparta, and Athens, quite a few Hellenic factions there. You could even have a Wars of Succession, that'd be really cool with the Diadochi. Indeed, so, Roman hero. Okay, so we have 8 Caesarian Romans with Gladius, Caesarian Romans with the Pilum, Caesarian Roman shields, okay. Decals over there, a Gaul chieftain, 40 Gallic Celts and Celt commands, 12 Celt archers. So, actually quite a few things in here. Right, the base is a D6, okay, and the free miniature. To be honest, I'm really quite intrigued. So I'm go ahead and show you guys the video I've just taken a look at myself. So, I only just watched this a few minutes ago, so we'll watch it together then, shall we?
Welcome to SPQR. Build your warband and forge your hero. In SPQR, the miniatures game, you will take control of a warband, a group of warriors from Rome, one of the Greek city-states, or another empire based around...
See, these look to be the Caesarian Romans. It's it's rather interesting to see the sort of Greek influences over here as well. That's rather cool. Well, Hellenic influences. They're almost like Republican, but then again, Caesarian, yeah, makes sense.
Around the ancient Mediterranean, this warband will meet its enemies on the battlefield to fight for vengeance, territory, or gold. Turns of SPQR will begin with both players rolling the dice of fate. Compare the scores, and whoever has rolled the highest will choose whether they go first or second. This will allow you to seize the initiative or sit back and let the enemy spring your trap.
See, this reminds me of almost like a classical Warhammer 40,000 kill team, and that's really cool. I'm digging that. I like the rolls of fate. I mean, it's interesting always having the option, like, let's say that your number is the higher one, and you're like, okay, I'd like to go second and react to what my opponent does. That's rather cool. I like that.
Your turn, your units will be able to take 2 actions: moving, shooting, melee, and special actions. You can take 2 of the same actions or mix and match to fit the situation at hand. SPQR uses checks to determine the outcome of any given action. Simply roll a 6-sided dice and add the bonus provided by your unit's stats. Any result of a 6 or higher is a success. A move action allows your unit to navigate the battlefield, crossing different kinds of terrain. The amount of inches a unit can move is dictated by their move score. This can be modified by various equipment, such as heavy armor, or, in the case of...
See, that is rather impressive. We'll just go back there just a second. That is rather nice and impressive. And yep, looks like they are armored here, so I wasn't making it up. There we go. Just wanted to be right for change.
The armor, or, in the case of heroes, special talents. All models within a unit must remain within 1 inch of each other at all times. If your unit is armed with a ballistic weapon such as a bow, sling, or javelin, they can use a shooting action to engage the enemy at long range, pick a target within line of sight and weapon range, and let fly. Make a range check for every model in the unit making a ranged attack. Every dice that scores a 6 has caused a successful hit. Success or failure could hang on certain modifiers which make...
Okay, so, as the commentator here has just mentioned about the modifiers, so it seems that you have to roll these 6s then. To be honest, I quite like that. I suppose in some ways, yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the differences. So obviously we have some Caesarian Romans over here. We have a Celtic warrior over here then. Okay, so the Romans may be more skilled, but if they need the 6s, then I suppose it's up in the air to a degree. But the modifiers, I'd love to take a look at those. We did just see previously, as it was showing you part of the rulebook, you did see something like, example, if a Spartan warrior is so-and-so +1. So that's rather interesting.
Easier or
Well,
more
intriguing.
difficult to hit depending on the circumstances. Sometimes you'll need to close the distance and take the fight to the enemy. A melee action allows you to perform a normal move action. If you end up in base contact with the enemy, you can put his troops to the sword. Every model in the attacking unit must attempt to get as close as possible to the enemy as much as their movement allows. Both sides make simultaneous melee checks, adding their melee score to the result. As always, every result of a 6 or higher is a success and will cause a wound to the enemy unit. This is where skilled fighters, larger units and armor come into their own. If both units are still standing and in contact with each other at the end of a melee action, they are locked in close combat, a true fight to the death. Some situations may require a special action, such as loading a scorpion or setting fire to a building. These actions can only be used to do one thing. You can't load a scorpion and set fire to the building. Advanced rules include challenging heroes, dual weapon fighting and other quirks of ancient warfare. Units in SPQR are divided into 2 broad categories, heroes and minions. Minions form the bulk of your warband, faceless henchmen who have been sworn into your service. Heroes are powerful individuals that will grow in stature from battle to battle, gaining new talents and becoming true legends.
See, that's really what I want to know more about. This sort of, as you mentioned there, as you go through the battles, you gain like talents and traits, etc., etc. That's what I want to find out about. I mean, is this going to be some sort of... I'm really intrigued by that. So I'm trying to think, so let's say you play against your opponent. Are you going to be doing like some sort of leagues or something like this? Is it like... I want to know more about that. I really want to know more about it. Or is it you agree with your opponent and potentially like it? I wonder if it's like a point system. So are you playing 500 points? Are you playing 1,000 points? Is it a little bit like a 40k RPG where you choose your talents and traits up to like a certain amount of experience amount? That's what I want to know about that. It's cool. I like it. Sounds cool.
SPQR will come with a detailed progression system for your heroes, allowing you to customize how they fight on the ancient battlefield. Forge your own destiny and join the battle.
Okay, that looks pretty awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty intrigued by that. What do you guys think? Because in today, who knows, I might be able to try and use a new camera to watch that. I'm liking that. I think it does look rather interesting. I'd love to hear what you guys think as well. So, yeah, I've got to agree with this guy over here. Liking that so far. Yep, so I know this was something completely different, completely random. In fairness, I just saw it and thought, you know what, bugger it, I'll show you guys as well, because this looks really cool. Yeah, until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.